Hello, welcome to another midweek message. 16 centigrade, which is 68 Fahrenheit. No, it's not. It's 60 Fahrenheit. That's a good start, isn't it, to the episode? 83% humidity. 104 millibars on the barometer, and the flag, well, it's soaking wet and wrapped round the pole, so I can't really tell you which way the wind's blowing, although I believe it's from the west. Jenny, you sent me a little music intro, didn't you, and suggested I use that on the podcast instead of Big Ben and seashore sounds and birds singing. So I did. Now, I told you what would happen, Jenny. I said to you in my email, I know what's going to happen, and it happened. I have had a lot of response, I think more response to the music intro than anything else over all the years I've been going on with these podcast episodes. Not one person liked it. Everyone, no. I started to make a list of people, a list of names, so I could say who liked it and who didn't like it. Well, when the list got to about 20 people, I thought, that's it, I'm not doing a list, I'm not reading that lot out. Not one person liked it. It's awful. And funnily enough, Jenny sent me an email yesterday saying, that sounded horrible. That's a good word, that. I like horrid. It sounded horrible. It did, Jenny. I told you. There we are. I told you so. Anyway, that's that over. There will be no more musical intros, I promise you. Some of you commented on the Big Ben intro because you say it sounds British. It sounds English and British. In fact, Clive, hello Clive, I'm not playing your clip. Clive sent me a little MP3 clip of him singing There'll Always Be an England. I'm not playing that, Clive. You did say in your email, you said you can't sing, and I agree, you can't sing. Listen, we've had enough trouble with that little music clip, let alone you singing There'll Always Be an England. That's the last thing we need. I'll be inundated with emails. Or is it unindated? I've no idea. I don't like music intros. I don't like that at all. But what I really don't like is on YouTube. You find a video, oh, this is what I want. In my case, it might be about aerials or radios or whatever. So I play the YouTube video and I've got trumpets blasting at me, music blasting out. What on earth is that? I immediately switch off. Forget that one. I'll move on to the next video, see if I can find another one. Or some chap shouting at me, what's up, YouTubers? I am not a YouTuber. I am a licensed radio ham looking for information on a radio or about an aerial of some sort. Perhaps I should start each episode by saying, what's up, podcasters? I'd probably very quickly have 0 listeners. Dreadful. I don't know why these people have to do all this stuff. Some of the amateur radio, the ham radio videos are great. But the starting off bit, they've got things spinning around on the screen, the chap's call sign, and it's flying around in the clouds and noises, explosions. I listened to one the other day. It was about an aerial I was interested in. I wanted to find out a bit more about it technically, and I found this video. It started off with an explosion. This chap's call sign came up on the screen and exploded. It nearly blew the cones out of my speakers. So that was the end of that video. Bill, nice to hear from you. Bill says, can it be good for people being a policeman or a policewoman? The stress, the strain, fear at times, people shouting at them and spitting at them. Many jobs, he reckons, are full of negative energy and shouting, and it's just horrible. I know what you mean, Bill. I know what you mean. I don't know how some of these people do it. In A&E, accident and emergency, people swear and shout at the nurses there. And they punch them, they get hit as well. I just think it's awful. That's a good question. And another one, Jeff here, he says, to escape the rat race, I became a postman in a country village. Now that sounds nice. Postman on your bike in a little country village. Morning, Mrs. Marple. That's Jane Marple. You know Jane Marple? Any interesting cases lately? Oh yes, not too bad, dear. I've got one coming up. Nice and relaxed in a little village. What he says he didn't realise, he got the job. Bought a nice little cottage there. What he didn't realise was his round included several villages and he only had a bike. They didn't give him a van, he only had a bike. So life wasn't as restful and peaceful as he thought it was going to be. Well, there you go, Jeff. I knew someone. He was always saying, I'm going to go and be a postman in Devon, in a village somewhere down in the West Country, because he didn't like the rat race. Of course, he never did. People come out with these ideas but rarely do anything about it. The amount of people over the years that have said to me, I'm going to write a book, no one ever does. I don't know anyone that's written a book. And yet the amount of people, I'm going to write a book. Yes, okay, go on then, go and get on with it. Years later, how's the book doing? Well, I'm still on page 1, paragraph 1, sentence. Yes, okay. I've just got back from the hairdresser. We used to call him the barber, but these days he's a hairdresser, it seems. I had my hair cut. Last haircut was 8th of May, so nearly 4 months. Can you believe it? He said, where have you been? I haven't seen you all summer. I said I was here on the 8th of May. Nearly 4 months. He said, when I left, he said, OK, happy Christmas, see you after Christmas. It probably will be, actually. What did we talk about? I bet you can't guess what we talked about as I'm sitting in the chair getting shawned. Yes, we're Brits, aren't we? We talked about the weather. Isn't it awful? What about that rain? What about that wind the other day? Stone the crows. I said to him, why is it us Brits all talk about the weather? I said, I bet every person that sits in this chair talks about the weather. He said, yep, just about every single person. And he said, what other subject? And I had to think for a second. Politics? Yes, he said, politics. It's the weather and politics. Then he started to talk about politics. I don't do that, so I changed the subject. My hair is too short. It's always too short when I come out of there. I think he does that deliberately so he doesn't have to see me for several months. Actually, he did say, I'm not going to get rich, am I? Not with you popping round here once every 4 months. I did say I'll try and get there before Christmas, if I can. Kerry, nice to hear from you. You sent me a little audio clip. You were chatting away to me and you did point out, and I could hear it, I could hear myself talking in the background. So you're recording a little audio message to me while you're listening to me. Excellent. Thank you for that, Kerry. In fact, thank you to everyone who's emailed me and MP3'd me and messaged me and whatever you've done. Excellent. Lovely to hear from you all. Rants@protonmail.com. Rants, all one word, at protonmail.com. I did have another video of the trail cam. I know a lot of you are interested to see wildlife in the garden. It was just Mickey Mouse again with his big eyes, wandering around, dashing all over the place, looking for something to eat. So I'm not going to put that on the web page, which is rants.info, by the way, rants.info. Talking of hairdressers, or barbers as they used to be called, I remember when I was a kid of about, 13, 14, I always had a Boston haircut. I think that was a kind of square at the back of Boston. There was a short back and sides, a Boston. What else was there? The crew cut. Some kids had the crew cut. I think today you'd call that a number 2 or a number 1 or something. I don't know. I didn't like that. I liked long hair because back in the 60s, when I was at school, I was 14, 13 in the 60s, people were growing their hair. You know, people were hippies and all this stuff, and I wanted to join in. I remember one of the teachers going on at me, you need a haircut, boy. We could have shoved that, mate. I didn't say that to him, but I should have done, telling me to have a haircut. In fact, there was another teacher that said to me, when are you going to get your haircut, boy? Mind your own business, baldy. We called the science master bombhead or egghead because he was bald on top with just hair around the outside. I think they were jealous. But I had a Boston, and what was that other one? I can't remember the other haircuts we had. I didn't like my ears showing. Nothing wrong with my ears at all. They don't stick out or anything, but I didn't want my ears showing. I still don't like that. So I grow my hair over my ears. Then I go around there and he cuts it all off, so my ears are out again. I'm just looking out of the window here at the sky, and there's a man just come up in a cherry picker. There was a man the other day sorting out the lamppost. He took the bulb out and replaced it and did things. There we go. Now there's another one. He's gone up there in a cherry picker. I wouldn't mind a cherry picker, actually. Be great for getting up to my chimney and putting aerials up there. I mean, I wouldn't go up there, Trish would. Can you see her in a cherry picker, pressing the buttons, bzzz, going up, and then along, bzzz, over the roof to the chimney? She would as well. She'd do that, you know. She's balmy. Anyway, he's doing something to the lamppost. I've no idea what I'm going to talk about on Sunday. Well, you know me, I never have got any idea. Even halfway through the Sunday episode, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Been great talking to you. I'm getting chilly here. Having my hair cut wasn't a good idea. I should have left it till next year, I think. I'll have to wear a hat. I've got loads of hats. Do you wear hats? I've got various hats here that I wear now and then. That's enough about hats. I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Trisha's gone downtown. Well, there's a surprise. She's gone downtown, so that's all right. And it's a quiet house. Everything's quiet. Peace. Oh, apart from the man up the lamppost banging around. Behave yourselves. Be good. If you're bad, don't get caught. I will see you when I see you on Sunday. Well into September now, aren't we? Stone the crows. Pinch punch, first of the month and all that. Look after yourselves. Thanks for listening as always. See you on Sunday. Bye-bye for now.